Have you ever felt like life was spinning out of control, especially when you wanted something so deeply but didn't know how to make it happen? I've seen this so many times working with my fertility patients over the years. That desire, that longing to create a family, it's one of the most powerful and yet vulnerable feelings ever. And when things don't go as planned or they take way longer than you could have ever imagined, it can feel like the ground is shaking beneath you. I'm here today because I know that feeling all too well. I've seen countless women navigate this journey, and I want to share with you what I learned along the way. Hi, I'm your host, Denise Erez, lovingly known as the Fertility Godmother, and I help couples that have been struggling to get pregnant. I help them get pregnant, stay pregnant, so that they can have a healthy baby. And I do that by using a holistic lifestyle medicine along with neuroscience. And I've been blessed to help over 1,500 babies come into this world. And I can remember way back in 2001 when I saw my first fertility patient when I was in the clinic. Her name was Sue, and if you've ever had somebody in your life just change your life, that was Sue for me. I'll never forget the day that I walked into the treatment room to see her. I remember her brown feathered hair and her corduroy brown pants. She was sitting up against the wall, and you could just feel the pain and the stress, the frustration in her body. You can just feel that energy. Sue wanted to have a baby since she was a little girl, and her husband were planning to get pregnant before they were even married. And here it was a year later, just over a year later, and she still wasn't pregnant. And the only advice that she got from her doctor was to keep having sex and, come back if things don't work out. Well, things weren't working out, and she didn't want to go right to IVF. She just knew that something was wrong, and she wanted to try to do everything she could to fix it. Sue shared with me moments where she was feeling like she was being left behind. All her friends were moving forward and having babies, and she was wondering, why is it not working for me? She shared with me even the things she used to love, like going hiking in the Santa Monica Mountains, became stressful. She shared how she used to be this free-spirited, happy, joyful person, very positive, and now she's feeling lost and tense and trapped. She mentioned how her marriage was starting to be strained because sex started to become a job, right? Something that she could just check off as done as they were trying to get pregnant. And what hurt her the most was the fear that her dream of being a mom wasn't going to happen. Sue's story is not unique. In fact, I hear it quite often. Fertility struggles bringing in this overwhelming amount of information, not knowing what to do, what to believe, or even where to start. And many people, maybe even you, find themselves endlessly researching, scrolling, being in fertility forums, trying to figure out how to put the pieces together themselves. It feels like there's so much to be doing, but you don't know where to start or what to believe. You might even have found yourself in the position of wanting to take action, really wanting to do something. But with all these endless options and not having a clear path, it's easy to feel paralyzed or to feel stuck in that space of what if and how. Have you ever felt lost in this journey, like no matter how much you tried, your goal just felt out of reach? Or perhaps you find yourself wondering, what am I missing? Why isn't it working? You're not alone. The frustration, the endless research, the constant second guessing, it's common to feel stuck or trapped in these patterns. To keep asking yourself, is there something more you could be doing? But here's the truth. Fertility doesn't have to be a guessing game. This process doesn't have to consume your life, and you don't have to feel lost, overwhelmed, or even question your worth as a woman. There is a path forward that can bring you clarity and calmness. There is a way to take back control and have this fertility journey feel more empowering rather than paralyzing. And that's exactly what I helped Sue discover. She renewed her hope. She regained confidence in her body, and she felt empowered because we helped with her mindset. We helped her annihilate anxiety and fight off depression. And one way we were able to do that is putting together her personalized pregnancy game plan, which allowed her to take control one step at a time, rather than feeling like she was endlessly guessing through this journey. We started by getting testing done, making sure that we had clear, accurate information. And from there, we focused on nourishing her body with fertility-focused foods. And she started giving her body what it needs to prepare for pregnancy. We also worked on some stress management tools and reframing some situations so that she could reconnect with her husband and recreate that intimacy that they lost. And you could see the weight on her shoulders just started to fall little by little. She started to get lighter and feel more joyful and feel more happier. And pretty soon, her periods became regular. She had more energy and she started to feel good about herself, something she hasn't felt in a very long time. And as that pressure started to ease and she started to feel more empowered, she was back in control of her journey. Then 4 months later, I remember walking into that treatment room, getting ready to see what we were going to do next. And she was sitting on the bed in her gown with her purse on her lap. And she reached into her purse and pulled out this plastic bag and handed me a positive pregnancy test. I'll never forget that day because that was the moment that changed my life. I was so lit up. I was so excited. We jumped for joy. We cried tears of joy this time. We hugged, we laughed. It was amazing. And it was that moment that I knew that this was my life's work. And I dedicated my life to helping couples that struggle to get pregnant ease their journey and be able to increase their chances of not only getting pregnant, but having a healthy baby without putting their life on hold. So this experience, I realized that this fertility journey isn't just about getting pregnant and having a child. It's really about building a life and rediscovering a new way of living, one that empowers you every step of the way. Because what happens is if we don't deal with some of these unresourceful emotions like worry and anxiety and depression and self-doubt, that we can pass that on. Just like we can pass on genetic diseases or health issues to our children, we can also pass on these emotional issues. And so really discovering a new way of living, a new way of being is powerful. And fertility is not something you have to put your life on hold for. I always say if you want to create a life, you have to live life. So living fully and joyfully can be one of the most powerful things you can do while you're trying to create your family. And that's why I made it my mission to help people like you take charge of this journey with clarity, confidence, and calmness. I'm here to guide you so that you can welcome your baby into a life with joy and fulfillment. So if Sue's story resonated with you and you're ready to take charge of your fertility journey, I'd love to help you find that same calmness and clarity. I offer a free 20-minute clarity session where we will go over what your specific goals are, your challenges, and how to create your personalized pregnancy game plan to support you. You don't have to navigate this path alone. Together, we can create a way where you're going to feel empowered and in charge of your fertility journey, knowing and feeling confident that you're doing everything you can to increase the possibility of you having your baby. Click the link below and see if you qualify for a free clarity session, and let's do this journey together. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone that you think it can help. Sending you oceans of love, and until next time, I'm Denise Erez, your fertility godmother, wishing you a healthy, happy pregnancy.